Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Writers Chat, which is very, very special, as you can see, because we got a couple of us have hats on. We've got little cakes. Who else has cake? Yes, coffee, donuts, all kinds of little treats, because we decided that today would be the day that we celebrated Writer Chat's birthday. We really don't have any idea when we started, but it was about 8 years ago. We just don't really know the date. But it's been about 8 years. So we are just really excited that we've been able to do this long. My name is Johnny Alexander. I'm joined by my original co-host, Jeannie Wise and Bethany Jatt, and by my current co-hosts, Melissa Stroh and Brandy Bro and Norma Poor. And then we've got some of our people that are here, and we just appreciate that so much. Pam and Tina and JJ, just thank you for being here. I looked up on our Serious Writers Chat playlist. So on YouTube, that's where we put all of our episodes. We started out on Blab, and I don't think we have any of those anymore. They sort of got lost to history, but I looked to see how many episodes we have on our YouTube playlist.
Yeah.
This one today will be our 300th episode that's
Really?
Wow.
recorded.
How
So
fitting.
isn't that crazy? I know. So if you think about it, we never do an episode at Christmas time. We never do an episode at Thanksgiving. And there are other episodes because of the personal nature. We do like the Writers Chat Roundtable, which is a very personal thing. So we don't record that. So there are episodes throughout the year that we don't record. But that means then that we have over 6 years of episodes on YouTube right now on all kinds of topics, ranging from those of us who've gone to writers' conferences, coming back and talking about them, to what else? Proposals, agents, query letters, mental health. Tina's here. She's done a couple episodes, I know, on just, the writer's heart and keeping us sane in this crazy, crazy world. And children's lit. I mean, and historical fiction, romance, nonfiction, poetry. We've talked about music and how music can affect writing. What's some other things you all I mean, it's just been crazy, our scope of episodes.
Well, I just wrote it's always encouraging and inspiring. I might come in down when I would come in to watch Writers Chat, and I'd always leave ready to write. So
Yeah, it's
that
just
is the topic.
it's been a fun ride, and very, for me too. It's like Tuesday mornings. It's like I don't let anything well, I won't say not anything, because there are times I've missed a lot recently for one thing or another,
You
but
know, like
very
going to
unusual.
Italy with Serious Writer.
Yes, that was really, really unusual for me to miss that many in a row, because usually it's like, yeah, it's like, Tuesday is that is my day, and I don't do any appointments that day or this morning. So anyway, we're just here to celebrate Writers Chat, to celebrate a little bit about the beginning. It's even that's a little murky. I know Jeannie and I were like trying to think of something to do. It was when Periscope was out, and we were really thinking we were going to do something on Periscope, and we pulled Bethany in and ended up doing this instead, and not really having any idea what we were doing. We had
We had no idea.
no, we didn't. I mean, we were just like, okay, let's just get together and do it. And, and we did know some people in the writing industry because we'd been in it for a while. And so, as time has gone on, we've just grown, and it's been fun, because you've seen Writers Chat, like people have come, people have gone, people go, people come back. I mean, it's just been so interesting that our size, as far as who comes, is so consistent, but it's not always the same people. So we just appreciate all of you who are just, whether you're new or just have been around for a while. We just appreciate y'all so much, and are glad to be part of your writing journey. So I think I'm going to turn it over to Brandy for a couple minutes. We got some happy birthday wishes, including one from Tina, who is with us today, and we're glad that she is. So Brandy, why don't you take it away for a bit?
Sure, I'm going to share my screen because what better way to celebrate than to read some birthday cards?
Oh, that's cute.
And
Oh,
shout out to Johnny for helping put these together. These are so fantastic. Everybody can see us, yes?
Yes.
yes.
Happy birthday to one of my favorite resources. So thankful you're still going strong. Keep up the great work. Yep, a lot of exclamation points. Well deserved. Hugs. Becky Blue, otherwise known as her real name, Becky Antkowiak from the 540 Writers Group.
That is really cute.
Yeah, and she's been with us a couple times too, so we really appreciate Becky and thank her for that, for the birthday wish.
Yes. Happy birthday, Writers Chat. 8 years. What an accomplishment. Ministering to the writing community every single week is not an easy task, but one you undertake with grace. I can't think of any sweeter group of writers, nor ones who give back to the writing community as you do. Thank you for giving writers the tools and encouragement they need. And I pray you enjoy many more years of Writers Chat.
Wow.
Tracy Crump. That's beautiful.
She sounds like a writer.
Yeah, she is. Tracy has been
Oh.
in how many compilations of chicken
Oh.
soup? I mean,
Chicken soup. Tracy. She's our chicken soup.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
And a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart.
yeah.
Hey, you won't believe it, but we share the same birthday. Like Johnny.
Oh.
That's right. This weekend is my birthday, born on Mother's Day, and I'm very happy to be sharing it with the team at Writers Chat. You always have interesting guests and topics. Everyone finds both fun and informative, and I just wanted to drop in and wish you all a very happy birthday celebration. Woohoo! Chip. That's Chip McGregor from McGregor and Liedeke.
Ludicky. Yeah. Is that right,
Liedeke.
Bethany?
Yep.
She knows.
Liedeke.
No, it's lead a key. Like you lead a key to the door. That's how she says it. Like
Yeah.
when she's
Yep.
Yeah. So that was that. And I think his birthday was Sunday. His birthday's just a couple days before
Yes.
mine. Yeah.
Yep.
So he's born
Yep.
on Mother's Day, and this year his birthday fell on Mother's Day.
It's kind of like mine. Mine is around Thanksgiving
Yes.
or sometimes on.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Congrats to Johnny and the entire Writers Chat team for 8 years of sharing quality and timely information. And thank you for making this publishing world way more fun.
Mhm.
Doing a toe touch in your honor right now. Please send the medics, LOL. Love you all. Michelle Medlock Adams with Endgame Press and Ren and Bear Books. So wonderful.
Yeah.
As someone who has both enjoyed the guests and been a guest myself, Writers Chat has proven to be an amazing community of writers who encourage one another and simply bring value to others out of genuine generosity. From leadership to regular attenders, they each foster a loving and Christ-like environment each time. Here's to many more years of Writers Chat. Happy birthday, Writers Chat, Britt Mooney.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's so cool. He's a wonderful person.
Yeah. Happy birthday to Writers Chat. Such an amazing milestone and time to celebrate. Always a great time when the group gathers to listen to speakers as well as to encourage each other. It has been an honor and a blessing to be included. And congrats to Brandy and Melissa and team for connecting and equipping writers. May Writers Chat enjoy many, many more birthdays. From Larry J. Leach II, speaker, editor, and editing and writing coach. He's a fantastic person. If you never got to meet him, all these people are just so wonderful. We're so blessed that everybody just comes and shares their expertise with all of us week after week.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday, Writers Chat from our Tina Yeager, who's here. Thank you for serving writers as a resource hub and a refuge of fellowship. Although you meet virtually, the embrace and support deliver a palpable effect. May the Lord continue to pour inspiration, encouragement, and knowledge through you for many years to come. Thank you, Tina. We have LMHC. I'm not sure what that is. Tina, what is that?
Oh, I didn't know I left that on there. That's licensed mental health counselor. I don't know why I've left that on my name for this. Sorry.
Well, you know what? You have been so inspirational and helping so many of us, we're writers, and mental health is really important. And, there is a very large history of unstable writers. And so someone like you in the
or
writing world
people
is
that
just a
were
true godsend.
Some people are broadened in their sensitivity because of their mental health, neurodiversity.
This is true.
So there's that
Yes,
too. So
there is that.
As we were reading Tina's message, and she was talking about being a licensed mental health counselor. Also, Tina has been very instrumental to me in writing one of my characters. So I'll just kind of go back to that. And we met at Florida Christian Writers Conference a few years ago when I was writing about a main character who had anorexia. And I got to meet with Tina for one of those 15 minutes appointment. And she just really was so helpful to me to make that character come alive. And I mean, I was doing research, and all of that, but still just actually talk to someone who is in that field and was able to just kind of dig a little bit deeper into character. So that was really cool. And she's done some workshops on that as well, which is really not anorexia, but knowing the psychology of your character. So that's really, really cool. So, just a bunch of talented people here, and we want to give you a chance to share what Writers Chat has meant to you. So anyone want to do that? Or I'll start calling on you.
Well, I'll start and get it over with.
Okay.
What I've noticed when Brandy was reading all those was multiple people said, well, we've talked already about encouragement and inspiration, but multiple people also said fun.
Yeah.
We'd always have a smile. We always had some fun, even in the Periscope. Did we have Periscope before we had Blab? Is that the order?
Well, I think no, because Periscope didn't lend itself to this. So I think we were going to do something on Periscope, and instead we heard about Blab, and then we did. So we
went to Blab.
Yeah.
So we actually started Blab.
And it didn't last very long.
It died all of a sudden, if I remember right. It died like abruptly, and we were scouring what we were going to do. And I think, then that's something sometime on the writer's practice. Sometimes we're dragged into or forced to learn these new technologies that at first they're real uncomfortable. We're not sure. And it really helps to have a group to help us learn. So that's been amazing. And the teamwork, I would say there's a lot of teamwork. And Johnny, your point with Tina is that we've gotten to know each other as writers as resources too.
Yeah.
On that. And it's just amazing how often I text Johnny something and say, hey Johnny, check this out, and stuff. It's just amazing because we are so different. So I think the fun and the resource and just the push sometimes we need as writers. So that's what I would share.
I appreciate you guys so much, because it was that commitment. It was like we decided we were going to do this on, I don't know why, Tuesday mornings, and we did. And it just stayed that way, and it just was that commitment every time. And we would try to find people, or if not, we'd come up with something. And now to see the growth, because now we have these regular things that we do. Like next week we will do the Writers Chat Roundtable, which is not recorded, so that people can feel free to talk about whatever's on their heart. We do Come Write With Us like 4 times a year, where Brandy does some kind of writing exercises for us and does a great job with that. We now have a regular episode called The Writer's Journey, where we ask one of you to come and talk about, how you got from point A to wherever you are, in that trail, in your own journey, because none of us have journeys that are the same. Everybody's is different, and they're all up and down and up and down and up and down. And we just want that too, to be an encouragement that if you're in a down place, don't give up, keep going, because you never know what's right around the corner. Bethany and I have been talking about that even just recently. You just don't know. Don't give up too soon. So
that's the big thing, I think, too, as new as it was, because if you remember, Facebook Live wasn't even a thing yet, because we were still kind of figuring it out. And then Facebook Live was in response to Periscope, and we kind of birthed this when all those big social media companies were fighting for attention with the live streaming process. But what I love is that we didn't give up, and it was like, okay, we'll just go to the next platform. We'll go to the next platform. So, you know, so many times I think we give up too soon for things. And now look.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and add, piggybacking on what Jeannie said about resources. I was telling my mom just this week, I have people asking questions or someone needed help with proposals. And so I immediately, in my email response back to her, I wanted to give her some resources. So I went over to YouTube. I searched my name because I'd done a proposal class a couple of times in here. So search my name, proposals, writers chat, pulled up a whole list of things that had nonfiction or proposals and the keywords of there. And I was able to shoot those YouTube links over to her for resources. And I was even thinking a couple of them were old. I think one of them was like 4 years old, but I thought the material is still evergreen. Like it didn't change. Yeah. And so it was such a valuable thing to have all of that in one spot where I could just grab a couple of links to send to her and like, this will give you good information. Watch this. So I was so grateful for Writers Chat just this week.
I'll speak to the encouragement part. I apologize. I'm a little under the weather today. But as writers, we know we're so many times throughout our journey, we're ready to just throw in the towel. And every time I feel that way, I make sure, even if I'm not feeling well, that I either am here or I keep my video and everything off and I'm at least listening, because it is such an encouragement. And we all feel that way. And the biggest tool I think that the enemy uses is to try to make us feel like it's just us. And so many times throughout the years that I've been here, it seems like many of us have struggled with the same thing almost at the same time. Yeah. And it's been such an encouragement to hear how, you know, the different things we're going through. And what's the saying? I just lost my words. You know, the thought of you set out to be a blessing and in return you're blessed. And that's how Writers Chat is. And it has just, there's been, like I said, many times I was ready just to throw in the towel. I'm too old for this writing journey. I'm ready to quit. And a speaker or the co-host, somebody will say something that God will use to encourage me to keep going one more day, one more week, make it till next Writers Chat and you'll be okay. And what a blessing and encouragement and inspiration, as well as education, Writers Chat has been for me. And I just, Johnny and Jeannie and Bethany, I can't thank you guys enough for walking in obedience to this idea that God birthed in you. And my prayer is that it will continue and God will continue to use Writers Chat for many years to come, many more birthdays to come.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope that's true too. And I feel like we are setting up for that. You know, Jeannie and Bethany have both stepped away for different reasons, and I miss them deeply, you know, being here. But before that happened, you know, God has brought Melissa and Brandy and Norma in, and they're my admin team. And just from conversations we've had in our admin meetings, I know, I mean, I'm getting older. There will come a time when I too will need, you know, feel like, okay, it's time to, you know, back off a little bit. And yet I feel like Writers Chat is in such good hands. I mean, it can continue because they are so committed to it and they want it to continue too. So I just really appreciate that. I love that. And just thank you guys so much for all that you do to make sure that we have episodes and come up with ideas for guests. And I will tell you, I think I was looking at the schedule this morning. I think we have like 4 open slots for the rest of the year. Like we are pretty much set. We don't have that many openings left to put somebody in. So we are just doing very well. We are very, very blessed with the people that say yes and want to come, and the outreach that we've had that way. So Pam.
To piggyback on what Norma said about it, we all seem to be going through similar things at the same time. I can't forget who was, I forget who was talking, but at the end, and he was encouraging us, and I started to cry. I had my hand and I'm crying. And when I looked up, everybody on the screen was crying because we all said, oh my gosh, that's exactly where I am right now. You know, God knows what we need, and he knows when we need it. And we can trust that, you know. So I'm thankful for Writers Chat.
Oh, now you're gonna get
Thank
me.
you, Brandy. Brandy invited me.
And I thank Melissa because Melissa invited me.
Melissa and Rebecca Love Doris, who isn't here anymore, they invited me, and I started coming, and it's been a blessing. The other thing that's been fun is, I don't know if you remember this, but Bethany and Tina, you guys were, when I went to my first writers conference, which was Blue Ridge, you guys were the only two faces I knew. And you guys, it was fun to go into this big throng of people and at least see two faces that you knew. So that was fun. And since then, I've been able to meet in person several of our Writers Chat people. And as many of you know, most of you know, Johnny and I got to spend almost 10 days together in Italy. That was really fun.
That was
And
fun.
that makes it extra special when we get to meet in person. Just really fun. So thank you again.
Just so thankful for everybody. Anyone else have anything they want to say, to share?
Well, I'll say I'm probably the newest, not probably, I am the newest member of the admin team, and this has been one of the best, most wonderful group of people to work with. You can trust people in this team, and when they say they're going to do something, they do it. And you know, that should be commonplace among Christians, but it has not been in my experience. And I highly value that with this group of people. And extending beyond to the guests that we have, everybody just loves and supports one another. It is one of the best communities. And COVID was rough, but it was largely because of the Writers Chat community that I made it through as well as I did. And for us to remain here and to continue to be going on is just such a huge blessing. I'm so grateful for Writers Chat.
That's a good point about the COVID stuff, you know, because that really, this was a lifeline for many of us during that uncertain time. And, you know,
absolutely,
there were definitely some wonderful lifelines out there. I'm not putting down the church or any or prayer and all that stuff, but this one for writers, because you couldn't get, no writers you couldn't get together otherwise, you know, and
Zoom
so,
was it. And we were here.
And do
already.
you remember the infamous day we were on Zoom and trolls, all the trolls in the world discovered Zoom like at the same time, and the people were coming on and we had to get off and create a password. I think Bethany gave us the password that we used.
Yeah.
And you know, and you still today, I texted Johnny this morning, he says, "Is it the same password?" And she said, "Yeah." So
same
back in 2020, all on that.
Which we're not going to say on
exactly
screen, just because.
No, we're not saying it here. But you know, it's amazing how that did. You know, that I think really made a difference for all of us during that time.
Yeah. And Catherine just said COVID taught her how to use Zoom, and yeah, I mean, I was thankful
so many
we already knew. I mean, we were probably early adopters of Zoom because someone said, "Have you heard of this?" And it's like, no. So we checked it out, and yeah, I'm sure we were like one of the first ones. And here's a little known fact, because it was, you know, you got to choose your meeting ID number at that time. I don't know whether you still can, if you bought one of the packages, not just the free one. And so our meeting ID, in case you want to know why those are the numbers, it's my area code, Jeannie's area code, Bethany's area code, and then the number 3, because there were 3 of us. So that's how I decided when I signed it up. That's how I decided what those numbers were going to be. So.
You're probably one of the few people that actually know and remember the Zoom room number.
Oh yeah, I know this area code. So that's, yeah, Yeah, it's real easy for me to remember.
Yeah, at least
I also, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and the two of us haven't moved around as much as you have, though.
No,
Your
but
area
I've
code-
kept my same phone number. I've had my same phone number for all these years of moving around, and yeah, and now I'm back there, so I've got the area code people expect me to have. So I also wanted to mention, I mean, you know, just with new people come new ideas, and you know, we've sort of have even developed our own little lexicon on some things, because we'll talk about, you know, if we take you off video, we've put you in writers chat jail, you know, and we have to get you out of jail. So, you know, those kinds of things just happen when a group of people come together, and you get all those like little inside jokes and stuff. But also want to mention the things that have come out of that. So, you know, like we were before Serious Writer, but then when Serious Writer formed and they were planning to do all these things, because of Bethany and me talking together, and she's talking to me all about Serious Writer and stuff, we decided to come together so that we could join platforms pretty much, so that we had a way to reach other people, they had a way to reach people. And then other things have come from that, like Writers Chat Fiction, which Brandy she is in charge of Writers Chat Fridays. So it's not just Writers Chat Fiction. I'm not sure exactly what all she is doing on Friday, but it's like Fridays, that Zoom room is open. So I mean, I'm part of Writers Chat Fiction, but Brandy, that's your baby. So talk about Writers Chat Fridays. That's what I'm going to call it.
You know, I'm not even quite sure how it came about. It just did. You know, God does things, and he just moves people into ways and areas where he sees a need. And you know, somehow I ended we had writers NaNoWriMo group for a little while.
Yes. Yeah.
We don't have that anymore because we didn't have as much of a need, but we kept the Writers Chat Fiction. And so, you know, at first it was a super secret group. Nobody really knew about it. It was very, really small, but now it comes to around the first of the year, and we open up and say, is there anybody that, you know, is writing fiction and wants to have a resource? And a lot of time we go through and we do a fiction, nonfiction. Wow, I can talk. A nonfiction book about fiction, teaches you about fiction writing. So we'll go through that together. We'll discuss it, and we'll apply the lessons that we learn to our writing. But then, you know, we do that once a month, and then on the other Fridays we get together, and I've dubbed it Writing Chatty Support, because I didn't know what else to call it, because we come and we'll write and we chat and we support one another. But then you know, other people in, you know, outside Writers Chat Fiction numerous times expressed a desire to be able to have a place to come and get exactly that same thing. So now we open it up once a month for the whole Writers Chat group to come in and join us on those Friday mornings. It's a little tricky because some people have to work and they can't make it and they would like to. But you know, it's kind of the same thing with Writers Chat on Tuesdays, and at least those you can catch the replay. And so, you know, we don't fit everybody's schedule, but we fit many's. And that's great. It's absolutely great. And the Writers Chat Fiction has become an extra support, even more than the Writers Chat at large group is.
Yeah,
I'd like to interject something about the Writers Chat Fiction, if I may.
Sure.
I was part of the group when Brandy first started it, because I thought I was going to get to be this like world-class romantic suspense writer, but God had other plans. But I was working on something, and for the first time, thanks to Writers Chat Fiction, my character and my story spoke to me. It was the coolest thing ever. I had heard other authors talk about their characters speak to them, and they tell them what they want, and I'm like, these people are a little strange. But it's not strange, it really happened. And I was so excited. And you know, I would have never experienced that, Brandy, had you not done Writers Chat Fiction. So thank you.
You know, I have to say, I think it was actually Johnny that started it. And then somehow I ended up helping. And then, you know, she didn't have as much time to continue. And so I continued it. But I believe it was already there. I didn't start that. I started I think, NaNoWriMo one. But I think you actually started the Writers Chat Fiction, Johnny.
Maybe so, because we wanted to do that that kind of a group, but Brandy just has taken it over and I've so appreciated it. So it's been wonderful. So thank you. Thank you. And we did kind of like to do that. Like if someone had an idea and it's like, fine, but you have to do it. It's like, if you want to do it,
a little bit of accountability there too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and we've tried to do that sometimes too with our guests that, we are not, and I just confess it, we are not the most professional group. We do not do sound editing. We do not edit the videos. Once in a while, someone will say something that maybe they didn't mean to say, and we'll get a frantic text and we'll do a little bit of editing, or someone will say something that they may not have meant it the way it came out, but it just felt like, oh, I don't know that I want that out there on a recording. So we'll go in and we'll edit out bits and pieces, but mainly we just it comes down, we shoot it up to YouTube. And the world is getting more professional, and people are more tuned in to what sounds good and what doesn't, and yet we still just do what we do. And despite all that, I think we're doing great. I think there's part of the world that just kind of likes that this is what we do, and it's very authentic and very real. And we appreciate even those of you who may not have maybe you have a workshop idea and you just don't know what to do and you're a little bit scared, you've never done one before, and we have been a place for people to do their workshops first here, and we like that. And we kind of gotten away from that a little bit more as we've just gotten more connections and more people coming in, but that I'm glad that we have provided that opportunity for people to give them confidence to then say, yeah, I did this for Writers Chat, now I'm going to do it at a seminar, at a conference, or maybe just to my church, whatever the case might be. So I don't know where I'm going with all of this. I just
think sometimes just have a community that you're kind of on each other's same wavelength. We got the same lingo. I got friends here in Northwest Ohio, but I can't have some of these conversations with that. They don't get, unless you're a writer, you don't really get that writer's world. And this is a platform for that, I think, to help us articulate, or we could just say and everybody's going, yeah, I've been there, it's that sort of thing. And the other thing I have to say with Norma's comment about characters speaking, that's one thing that's always been fun when we've done some fun episodes at the holidays on that. And I know one year we shared favorite writers movies, maybe it even wasn't Christmas favorite, and one of my favorites, if you've never watched it, is Charles Dickens' story, The Man Who Invented Christmas. If you have never watched that, get that thing. That is, his characters come alive and they go over his shoulder and said, no, don't do that. Have you ever thought about doing this? It's just it is so for writers. It was written by writers for writers. So The Man Who Invented Christmas, I encourage you to see that. It is makes me want to get it out and watch it again. It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
I had to think about that, Norma, when you mentioned that.
Melissa, we know you're having iffy internet troubles, but we're glad you made it back on. So I'm going to ask you what you would like to share, and then Rachel, I will go to you right after Melissa. Okay.
Oh gosh, I don't even know where to begin. I mean, everybody's really touched on all the things that, I can just say, yes, amen to that. That is me all the way through. It was my experience. I came on to Writers Chat back in 2017. I was part of another writers group that Norma and I are still part of. I call it our mastermind group. We call it the Faith Writing Warrior Sisters. And and one of our members who's not active with us anymore, Rebecca Doris, was involved with Writers Chat and Serious Writer at the time. And she told me, you need to join. You need to be a part of this group. You would fit so well. And she was just coaxing and coaxing and coaxing to get me involved. I was like, I don't know if I'm the right person for this job. And I kind of went reluctantly into this. And just the moment I got on Zoom and got to meet everybody is like, well, maybe there is something to this. This is kind of cool. And so it just kind of grew from there. And next thing you know, I'm the director of communications and helping get people on Writers Chat and making new friends and new writing connections. And my world just kind of exploded through Writer's Chat and Serious Writer. And everything that I'm at now is due to all of the neat, awesome people here who helped connect me to people who helped me with my book proposal, connected me with agent, got me a publishing contract. I mean, I would never have gotten any of that if I hadn't met everyone here at Writer's Chat. So yeah, there's so much. I don't even know where to go with it. I'm just grateful for all of you, thankful for you in my life, and you're just a genuine blessing.
Oh, thanks, Melissa. And really, Melissa does so much behind the scenes. You guys just may not even know. She is our director of communications. She is the one, like, no matter which one of us reaches out to a guest, Melissa gets pulled into those emails. And then she's the one that makes sure that, like, we get the bios, we get the headshots, she creates the graphics, she gets those posted up on the Facebook groups and wherever else, like, she was doing things I didn't even know she was doing. Like, she makes sure the chat gets put up. Like, just she's my backup recorder. So much. But it's a weekly commitment. She just does all of this, and so we just appreciate everything you do so much, and how you used your talents to help us out. So it is that. I mean, it's God bringing these people, like, Brandy and Melissa and Norma, just to really make it continue, make it happen, week after week after week, which is just so appreciative. So Rachel, and then Sophia.
Rachel.
Hey guys, I'm going to be reiterating some of what's been said, but I just thank you. Like, I woke up this morning, I was just thinking about your faithfulness. Like, thank you. That's a long run, and I hope it's just a splash in the pan compared to, how long you're going to continue. But just thank you for your faithfulness, for your humility, for your, like, the way you treat people is an example to other Christians and to the writing community. You treat them with grace. I just find you to be one of the most nurturing communities out there, which is why I'm comfortable sending new writers and struggling writers to you guys, because I know it's a safe place. So thank you for that. And, and thank you for your authenticity. And for the record, it hadn't even really dawned on me that you guys don't go through this massive editing process to be, perfect and chasing perfect. So that's kind of amazing, It really occurred to me, like, that, this, I know it's live, but it's just, and it's wonderful. But not only that, you've actually just encouraged me in mentioning that, because there's something I've been holding back on doing because of, going, why can't it just be imperfect? Why can't it just be real? Does it have to be this perfectly polished thing? Because I don't have the time or the ability to do that. And so you guys are an inspiration of doing a great job ministering to people on a real level, with robust resources and tons of support. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Rachel. We've appreciated you too. Rachel's one who has done episodes as well, and it's just been an encouragement to all of us, I'm sure, with her writing and the perspectives that she brings. We love it. Okay. Sophia.
Hi. I managed to turn on my mic right away this time. I'm so thankful for you guys. I went to my first writing conference, which was Blue Ridge in 2017, and I think it was 2017, yeah. And my friend Sandra invited me, and I had no idea why. And I was talking to her later, and I was starting to get inspired and working on little things here and there. I had no idea what I was doing. And I didn't know how much I didn't know, as usual. And then I was talking to Sandra, and she said, "Oh, I'm going to be busy. I'm on this writer's chat Zoom." And I was like, "What's that?" And she told me, she says, "Could I join?" She's like, "Well, I'll ask." I was like, "Oh, will they let me in their club?" And You guys were good. I don't know I mean, you guys were good with it. And I had met Bethany at Blue Ridge my first year, and she was just an amazing powerhouse, and I was in awe of her. But this has been one of the first places that I came and I learned, and you guys were so generous and gracious with teaching newbies like me who didn't know what we didn't know. I didn't even know what show don't tell means. I didn't know any of the things that I needed to learn over the years, and I loved learning with you. I also found a safe place here to be real. Not necessarily on camera, but to I found places that I could be honest about what I was struggling with, what I was afraid of, what I was frustrated with. And this has been such a haven for me as a starting off author. I think you guys were the first person to encourage me, not to say that I was an aspiring author. You're writing, you're an author, own it. And I'm just so grateful for all of you, the ones that have been here all along the way and the ones that have joined. I'm so happy whenever one of my other writer circle friends comes here, because this is such a sweet spot. So thank you for being here. Thank you for not kicking me out when I said dumb things. And I just love you guys. And thank you for giving me a chance over and over again to stretch my author wings. You let me learn how to fly here. So I'm just so grateful for you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, what some people might not know, I mean, if you're on here regularly or watch the episode, you hear us talk about the after party, and that really is a fun time, and it can be an emotional time. I will say there have been a lot of tears shed in the after party, a lot of laughter too, but a lot of tears and a lot of prayers said. And it is a time when we're not recording and people can, our guests often stay and there's more time, more question answers, things like that. But then we like people to tell us, if they've had something really great happen, but also if something's not going well. And it's not just book related, it's health related, it's family related, it's, just all kinds of things. We do have a lot of health issues in this group, and we just have to
and we pray together.
Yeah,
we pray one another through
absolutely.
these things.
Absolutely. So there are heartaches, and then the other thing, because there's so many cat comments going on in the chat. We've had cats, we've had dogs, we've had children. We have Jaylee, who we all just love, who just comes in sometimes and hugs Brandy, and it's okay. I was thinking then, Bethany, like, what was it that, like, there was like months where every Tuesday morning somebody was at her house to do something. It's like no other day of the week, but Tuesday morning during writer's chat, someone would show up to fix something around the house, or they were mowing, or they were doing something, and she would just be like, I've got to silence, I can't talk right now because what's going on. So it is like there's just been these zings and arrows and all, but God is faithful, and it's just been wonderful. So well, and now we don't even see Pam, all we see is her cats.
That's here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Whoop, we're gonna lose the cat.
So, real life, that's what we would say. It's real life here, folks.
Well, you know what? That's how we have to write too. We have to write amidst real life. And when we're on screen, real life is on screen too. And we learn to roll with it the way that we need to roll with the rest of our life. And God carries us through it all.
And I just had a seizure. I had to get up and run.
Oh, bless her.
I've got her myself today. One of my workers is on vacation and Daryl's out. So yep, I always tell people if I get up and run, it's probably because Anna's having a seizure. So she's okay. It was a short one.
Good. Your cat held your place.
What is it about Zoom? Like, I don't even know where she was. And it doesn't matter when I'm on Zoom, she shows up and she wants to be right there. I'm like, does it put off a sound or something? I don't know. Every time.
No.
Cats are weird.
They do seem to like it. They like it. Yeah. So anybody else before we wrap up? Just I want to make sure everybody who wants to say something has a chance to speak. We just appreciate you guys so much. Love being part of your writers' journeys.
Y'all need to type happy birthday in the chat.
Yeah.
Fun things happen.
Oh, when you type it in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I feel left out because when I typed it in, nothing happened.
Yeah, as I was saying, nothing happens for
Type
me
it again.
either.
I did earlier and nothing happened. It's okay though. I missed the northern lights too. It's fine. I'll get to heaven one day and it will blow it all away.
It's raining, it rains cakes. It's really cool.
No, mine's not doing that.
Who else has cake? I got real cake.
I've got a brownie.
Ooh, that works.
Yeah.
I've got a drink.
David, welcome. We're about to go off go off recording, but we're glad you're here.
He's been here just hiding.
Oh, has he hiding? Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't see the participant list.
That's my crit buddy.
That's who? What did
My
you say?
crit buddy.
Ah, okay.
I was so happy when he started joining.
Yeah, we're very glad you're here. We always have a lot more ladies than gentlemen, but we do appreciate our gentlemen very much.
Yes, we do.
I'm just following Sophia around wherever she goes.
All right. Well, next week, we are doing the Writers Chat Roundtable. So, Brandy, do you want to say anything more about that? Is there anything more to be said about that?
Yeah, well, it's the Writers Chat Unplugged, and we've started to do that like quarterly-ish. It kind of comes and goes here and there. But it's a time to come and just share, especially if you're having a struggle and you need support. So it's kind of like a support time. It will not be recorded. See, I tell you, I say stupid things too, and it's perfectly fine here. So we won't record, so people will have a chance to feel comfortable sharing what's on their heart to share, and it will be a time we can lift up one another, encourage one another, pray with one another. And then if you just want to share something good, that is also great too, because we have seasons, ebb and flows, ups and downs, and that's what Writers Chat Unplugged is all about, just being able to share and connect and draw closer and support for one another. So that's what we'll be doing next week.
All right, thank you. And for those of you who are watching the replay, we do invite you to join us any Tuesday morning. We're here at 10 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock Eastern. Go around the globe, find your time zone. All of our recordings, like I said earlier, are on the Serious Writer YouTube channel under the Writers Chat playlist. We also post the videos on our Writers Chat Facebook page and in our Writers Chat members Facebook group. So you're welcome to join that or to check out the videos there. So thank you, all of you, for all the kind words. I mean, you just have touched my heart so much. And I just thank you. And thank you for the birthday wishes, both for Writers Chat and for me. So it's fun to have a birthday. And with that, we'll see you all next week for another episode of Writers Chat. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.